Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. I just have a couple of little housekeeping things to do right now. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, everyone. There we go. Hi, everyone. This is Christine Moyer. Welcome to the show. Today is May 25th. 2026. It is Memorial Day here in the United States, and I'm sure that many of you are out and playing and having a marvelous time. So wherever you are in this beautiful world, I am sending my love, and I hope that you are locked and loaded in the very center of who you are, and present and aware and looking forward to the life that you're living. So, 1-2 Radio Land, hi everyone. I want to invite everybody over to the live chat room, and that is on YouTube. My handle on YouTube is the @ Christine Duma, KRYSTENEDUMA, okay? And I know that, let me see. Yep, okay, so we're pretty quiet in the chat room, and that doesn't surprise me at all. Because it is a holiday here in the United States. I know it's a holiday elsewhere in the world. So what I wanted to do today is just have kind of like a light and easy show that's talking about the last week in May and what's going on for all the personal year cycles. I'm going to give you guys some pretty pointed lock and load points and where to watch your step and what's a power move for you, just so that you've got like a focus towards a bogey and a target as your life is moving and flowing. And as we're beginning to move into June, we're beginning to hear the little wafts and whispers that are there and coming in, all right? So, okay. Let's just take a minute here and drop into our heart center, you guys. This is something that I have committed to doing with you each and every week. Just put your hand over your heart just for a minute and feel your heart, and then take a second to feel the air moving in and out of your body. Just for a second. There you go. Yeah. Right. Okay. You guys ready? Numerology for me is just this fun little drop-in place that I love the Oracle because it is perpetually moving. And when we have a life that is perpetually moving, and we have an oracle that's there that says, okay, here's the energy that's around us right now, and here is where we are flowing into. And then this is what we're experiencing in that energy space. And here's the apex, and then it's coming down, and here's the next frequency that we're going into. It's cyclical to life. And as a mindfulness teacher and practitioner, it really is a great tool for me in keeping myself in a space where I'm aware of where these cycles are going, and it helps me be aware of how I meet them and how and choices that I'm making, you know? Yeah. So, you guys, let's have some fun here. Good morning, Serena. Serena is in the house. She is our producer over at 1-2 Radio. She is also a phenomenal intuitive over at 1-2 Listen. That's where we work. That's our bread and butter. That's how we can maintain our lives and also help you with the life that you're living. So if you guys ever need a reading, go over to 12listen.com, and there's all my colleagues are over there and phenomenal. All right, so let's just start walking through the personal years and what it is that you guys are going to want to be focused in on for this last week in May. Let's get started because I always run out of time. I know. One personal year, you guys, your bogey in May is the 6 energy, and that's all about family, hearth, and home. It's about your relationships. It's about nurturing those relationships. And so your lock and load directive is to slow down enough to let the people walking alongside you know that they matter. And that looks like acknowledging the person who's been quietly cheering you on. Pause your forward charge just long enough to make eye contact. Yes, so eye contact in a one personal year is an actual thing. I've been there. And let somebody in on the vision that you've been carrying alone. The places to watch your step, one pinners, is to not burn out the bridge by going it alone. So it's this catch of this independent surge that you're on in this one frequency, and yet allowing community to be around you. And so just keep in mind, kids, that you want to remember not to go it alone. That's not the point. In May, next month, is the wafting of the 7 frequency, which is the hermit and the mystic. So, just lean into the people around you and stay away from the I'll just do it myself in this last week in May. Watch for the moments that you start barking out orders instead of inviting collaboration. Don't mistake speed for leadership. Fast and alone isn't a win. So these are just these little things for you guys to watch out for. Your power move, one pinners, is make the I couldn't have done it without you call. One person, today, tomorrow, sometime this week. I couldn't have done this without you. Or send that thank you text you've been meaning to send for 3 weeks. Send it. Possibly invite one person into your next phase of your vision before you start building. Yeah. June's got this energy that's coming in that you're really going to turn inward. So you want to get out there to make these steps in this direction of acknowledging the people that are around you and walking alongside you. Pause your forward momentum long enough just to hug somebody and to tell them that they matter. Yeah. All right. The June experience for you, this is going to come through internal stillness. That's going to impact your strategy of your next moves. So, enjoy this last week of June. All right. All right, 2 pinners. This one's for you, 2 personal year. This is your year of partnership. This is your year of connecting to people around you and learning the art of diplomacy, how to communicate with one another in a way that honors both sides of the equation, finding a middle ground or a through line, right? So your lock and load this month, because your bogey and your target is 7, is this. The quiet voice inside you has something to say. Give yourself still moments to hear it. Now, I want to just note for everybody what I just shared with the one personal year. They are going to go into this 7 frequency in June, okay? And then the 3 personal year is going to go into the next frequency in June. It just kind of keeps cascading this way because it's a beautiful graph and grid. And you guys, I'm always trying to help you understand it. So, one pinners, listen to what I'm saying about the 2 personal year experience in May. And this is a little whisper of what your June experience is going to be. All right. So 2 pinners, the locking and loading here is remembering to take those quiet moments. Turn off your telephone, turn your phone, turn off the podcast. Just no music. Just get in here. And in the getting in here, you're going to notice what surfaces without anybody else's input. This is you consulting you and trusting that first answer that comes. And it doesn't really matter what sector of life that this might need to show up for you. So in this last week, this is your window to grab that answer that you've been waiting for, you've been looking for, that is not coming from outside of you. All right? The places to watch your step, 2 pinners, is drawing on other people's intuition rather than your own. It's just, I think that's probably the biggest thing for the 2 pin inside of this last week that you want to keep an eye on. And not, there's a, I actually need to sit on that really pretty hard, 2 pinners. And you can see me kind of like I'm tuning in. My seer is tuning in. Some of you need to hear this. Don't crowdsource your decision. You need to get it from yourself. All right. And in doing so, your power move would be to front load this. Take that 30-minute walk alone before this weekend's. Journal. What do I already know that I haven't admitted yet? Get around to that. Make one decision this week without asking anybody else first. Okay? So if you're going to get one thing out of this last week, it's going to be this. And what's coming up next month is you're going into an 8 frequency, and this is where your relationships that you've been tending start producing some real results. That's a big one. So there's something here for you guys. You got the answer right here, okay? And next month it'll produce the results. So don't crowdsource your information when it comes to this. And be ready to step into the authority that you've earned through your own care and your own focus and your own intention. It's a big month for all 2 pinners coming up. And the importance of the experience through May is to be prepared for business and commerce and assets. How can you pull in the the recognition and the rewards of your work, as well as, so that looks like money in the bank, but it also looks like relationships that are growing collectively as in business and in commerce. Okay, so all right, 2s. I hope you've got your lock and load for May. I think you do. 3 pinners. This is a month for you. In this last week, note I was just talking about the 8 energy. Your lock and load is to stop downplaying what you've built. This last week, you're going into a 9 frequency next month. And if you haven't stepped into the authority your voice has quietly earned, this is the time to speak about your work the way you'd speak about a friend's work. Stop using the word just and kind of as shields. Be authoritative. Let yourself be seen as the expert that you have become. Where I want you to watch your step is not to shrink into self-deprecation. Sometimes the three ends up not trusting their capabilities. The 3 year is all about creativity. It's all about understanding more of who you are. And it's all the very core. Note, I'm always touching my heart chakra. And so there is an opportunity for you to speak your truth without apology. And not in a way that's aggressive, it's just factual, right? So resist minimizing your win in front of somebody else's. You can claim what is yours. And don't soften your voice to make somebody else more comfortable. It's not necessary. We're talking about the last week in May, okay? Your power move, I really need to call them challenge. I'm going to give a power move challenge is what I need to say. Say one thing out loud this week without softening it. No just, no kind of, no, I'm probably wrong, but change what you're actually worth on the next thing that you sell. It's the 8 frequency, guys, okay? And post something. Send the pitch, share the work without the apologetic preamble. 3 energy, speaking from the very core of the essence, the beautiful original essence of who you are. That's the challenge. If you guys do that, it should produce results. What's coming up? You can feel it. There's these little whispers of June for you. There's a chapter of your voice itself that is finishing. So honor what you've expressed before this next cycle in June opens. What you've got coming is creative threads, the wrapping up, the next chapter in the next month, July. It needs some space. It needs some space to breathe so that it's not crowded. And that looks like release and endings and letting go of things and all that kind of stuff. So celebrate what came through this year to this point in June. You'll have a celebration, and then you'll also have a shutting down and letting go, and kind of like cleaning out the underbrush before July shows up, all right? For personal year, you guys, foundation building, yes, and you're the 9 frequency in this month, and it means release. This is what the 3 pinners are going to be rolling in next month. Foundation building meets release for the 4 pin. Your lock and load, guys. Name the piece of your foundation that just doesn't belong anymore. If this could be a habit that used to serve you but now drains you. It could be a commitment that no longer fits the person you've become. It could be a belief you inherited that was never actually yours. So, name the piece of the foundation that doesn't belong anymore. And it's your foundation that doesn't belong anymore. And once you name it, then you can really have an honest conversation with yourself about, is it really being asked to let go? And also there's the giving and the taking and the moving back and forth with stuff. That's always a part of the 9 frequency too. Just light and release. Where I want you to watch your step. Don't hold on to what has outlasted its purpose just because you built it. right? Watch for the, but I put so much time into this thought. That's sunk cost, not integrity. That's what that is. Resist defending a structure that actively is making you smaller. And don't confuse stability with stagnation. Yes. So for all the 9-pinners, this is a reminder of what's going on in your 9 personal year, right? Whenever we get to the watch your step. All right, so power moves for you guys. The challenge I'm laying down. Write down the one thing coming out of the foundation this week that you are ready to name and release. Okay? Have that honest conversation that you've been postponing. Cancel the obligation that's been quietly draining you. Clean something up here, you guys. And what's whispering for you in June is the one energy where your foundational year meets fresh initiative. Something new wants to be built. And it can't be built if you're cramming it into a structure that's already overstuffed. And something that has been wanting to be released for a while. That's what this last week is all about, all right? Okay, you guys, good luck to that. So, because June is going to be a new chapter, and it is something that is created and built by you, and what the energy field around you is ready to help support you do. So, you're going to be moving up and out next month in June. 5-pinners, you guys. Your adventurous freedom, which is coupled with the one energy of new beginnings. This has been a powerful month for you. The lock and load that I want to nudge you towards is, if you're doing any circling, stop circling. Choose a direction. Trust the path that's been calling you. That might look like just picking the option you keep coming back to and then commit. Could look like something like that. Stop researching, start moving. Make the move you've been thinking about this month. Make the move. Make the move. That's the biggest thing. You have 1 week left. You're moving into a 2 energy next month. Totally different vibe, guys. So where I want you to watch your step is keeping all your options open. Becoming this week, it'll be a stall tactic for the last part of the week. I could do this, I could do this, I could do this. Yeah, and keep yourself tucked in on, but like if you're just like scrolling and you're on your phone and you're list making and pros and conning it, and what about this, what about that, just pick. If you haven't picked, pick. Stay away from asking people their opinions, their input. You've already got it all. You don't need any more. It only confuses the motion that you already have in play. So stay away from that little section. Obviously, I think you know what my power move challenge for you is going to be, and that is make one concrete decision before the end of the week and tell someone you made it. The witness actually makes it real. Super, excuse me, guys, super important. Close this one, and you're gonna feel really good. Let's say, for example, you've been sitting on sending an email, you've been sitting on making the phone call, sitting on buying the ticket, whatever it is, just execute it, and you will be. You're going to be really pleased by next month at what rolls out. So next month for you, the whispering that all of us are kind of beginning to feel, because the energy that's coming in June. And this is about collaboration for you, 5-pinners. This looks like a solo flight. Going somewhere looks like a shared flight. the freedom gets a softer place to land in relationship and with people, which is nice. So I want you guys to think about, choose a direction. Motion in motion itself, like all the volition of all the little things you got, like this, and this, and this, that's not progress. Choosing a direction, that's progress. So make a decision, and you guys will be pretty pleased with what rolls out. 6 personal year. Your bogey, you guys, in May is V2 energy. And this is one of the softest, most profound, it is one of the most difficult months for the 6 personal year if you lean into it in a way that is in the victim mentality, really. And the 6, because 6 is all about community building, and it's about connection to community and being a part of a community. Often what that looks like is that the 6 is taking care of people. Sometimes that looks like a financial tending, and oftentimes, though, it's health and really being of service and being a leader in that community, all right? So when you couple it up with the 2 energy, which is empathic, and it's there's lots of conversations, lots of understanding. So you're having deeper conversations, you're working towards relationship and understanding. You can see how this could be a perfect storm, right? And I've talked to you guys about this, 6 pinners, so I'm not going to repeat it here. You can go back to previous shows or the one, they're just everywhere. But what I want you to do, 6 pinners, is to honor your own limits. Your boundaries are part of your love that you offer. And notice where your yes is automatic and your no is buried. Tend yourself with the same care that you give others. Treat the energy as a finite source, because it is actually a finite source. There is a balance between give and take. And in that balance, really beautiful things come out of the 6-2 coupling. This deep awareness is profound, and the deepening of relationship is profound as community is being built, all right? Watch your step here. Don't slip into resentment because you said yes when you actually, your body said no. You can't blame anybody else for that. Watch for the silent scorekeeping that starts when you overgive. Resist the urge to be the fixer one more time this week. Don't do that. Don't carry somebody else's emotional weight. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. And this is where you get into resentment. And resentment is connected to being, not these thought loops that come around that say, I'm not valued. I'm not, when has anybody ever, gone out of their way to take care of me? It's me, right? And you start to feel sorry for yourself. So just check yourself here. You can, and I'm going to say this again, don't slip into resentment because you said yes and your body said no. Okay? Power move for you guys. The challenge is one loving no coming out of your mouth this week. One protected hour just for yourself. That supports the 2. Both are required. Say no and an hour just for yourself. Take the obligation off your calendar that you didn't actually want to say yes to. That's a good one. Or tell somebody you love that you need a quiet evening and take it. All of these power moves, we always get so worried about it because they're like, you don't need to say them in aggression. You don't need to say them in anger. You can just state them as fact. and trust the person across from you that they, A, have the capability of hearing you, and B, if they can't hear you, then you will talk about it. It doesn't need to be in protection. It doesn't need to be in anger. It doesn't need to be in defensiveness. This is like that when you are getting called up in your personal year cycle to make a move, it is further development of your capacity to fully be present in your life without apology, and backed by love and compassion and presence and awareness. Okay? All right. Yes. The whispers of June for the 6th is the energy of 3. This is you expressing yourself authentically. Note how perfectly this just lines up with what I just said. And that is, it begins to ask of you to nurture the celebratory aspect of you expressing you from the core of who you are. And it comes through how you speak to others, how you relate to others, and, you being you in the core of who you are in its totality is beautiful. How you think, how you feel, how you move, all away from the victim and the blame and the shame game, all away from that stuff. All right? So that's what's coming up for you in June. It's fun, it's creative, it's dynamic, and you get to play a little bit. 6-spinner. So your power move, 1 loving no this week. 1 protected hour just for yourself, because both are required, all right? And take that 1 obligation off your calendar that you said yes to when your entire system was like, I don't want to do this. 7s. All right. Spiritual wisdom, finding joyful voice. Yes. Listen, my fellow 7-pinners, your lock and load is 3. What I was just echoing for the 6-spinners of what they have coming up next month. This has been your experience this entire month. The lock and load for you in this last week is don't share too much. Someone needs to hear what you've come to know. With that pipeline, go ahead and share a little bit of it. All right? I know that you've been in this space, 7-pinners. I've been there too. And you've had the most profound experience this month of insights. And those insights have been turning over inside of you, right? So I kind of want you to take this last week and share a little bit of that internal wisdom with somebody that you actually know needs it. This is the power of the 7 personal year and the 7 frequency, is that it's rooted in the heart, and the heart is rooted to the very essence and the seat of your soul. It's connected to all things. Wow. And so when that wisdom, when we kick into the connection with that wisdom and it finds a way to get out of our mouth so that we're speaking, wow. It's really profound, and you'll help somebody, all right? The places that I want you to watch your step, 7-pinners, is please don't hide in overanalysis. I'm not ready to share this yet. Don't get stuck there. The 7 is definitely connected to the lawyer, and so it's highly analytical to begin with, and looking for data and details and structures, and then you can fall into perfectionism, and it just is exhausting. I need to research more first. It's a stall. You're waiting for certainty is not it's not required because that's actually not a thing here for you, seven pins, all right? So your job is to talk to somebody and share your wisdom this week. And your power move, the challenge, it says one honest conversation, all right? Real words, words, real words. This is important. Real eyes. No screen time between the two of you, all right? Your words. Share one insight you can publicly. A post, a voice memo, a phone call. And tell the truth to one person who's been patient with your silence. Yeah. The whispers that are coming in June, this is structure, stability, order. It is sturdy. And after this month, it will feel like a relief, but it's also going to feel a little, well, I don't know, depending on what you guys have going on. It might feel a little bit restrictive, but for me, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I'll tell you guys, how am I doing on time? Why don't I do it publicly? Let me let you know now. Many of you know that I've been working on a book, and the book had it had an arc and a shape that's connected to the teaching that I do, but it didn't have the story of the memoir part of who is this woman, Christine du Maurier? What is her story? Why would I even follow this protocol? And I've been dancing around and dancing around and dancing around this for a very long time. And there was a switch that went off this month, and it was, you got to sit down and do it. And I did. So and it was really quite the process. And it was so incredibly helpful. And I have shared it with one person in my life, a dear soul sister. And you know what I think? Oh my goodness. Hold on a second. Okay. Hold on a second. I am live on my end. So, Serena is telling me I'm not live. Huh. Is this whole thing going and I'm not live? Wow. Let's see. 1-2 Radio Land. Just hold on a minute. I'm not too sure what's happening. Oh, you hear me on 1-2 Radio, but you don't see me. Okay. I think 1-2 Radio Land, I think you're just getting me. That's okay. I'm going to keep going, and so I can complete the show, okay? I don't know what's happening here, you guys, but I'm just going to keep going. Oh my gosh. I am not live on YouTube, and I'm not too sure why. Huh. Okay. All right. So let me keep going. And Serena is saying that we can go we can take care of this later. All right. So for the June, you guys, I'm talking about the 7 personal year. What's coming in June is just that there's a stability point that is starting to take shape for all of these pops of intuition that you've had building up through the last 5 months. And that is pretty exciting when you think about it, because the year itself is intense in its own beautiful way that brings forward an awareness of how you're living your life and how you're showing up in the world. All right. 8 personal year. Hello, bug babies. Hi, eights. All right. So, eight is empowered ambition, right? That is sitting inside a grounded structure. Your bogey and your target in May has been the four energy. And this month itself has been a massive movement of stability and structure, not a lot of sleep, reinforcing the practical structures underneath your goals. And that's what you need to check to see whether or not this last week that all the structures are in place, that you haven't skipped a step. You're going to want to tighten the systems that have been running under sheer willpower, which is probably true for you. As I said, 8-4 coupling, great things happen at the same time. It can be exhausting. Yeah, just check the structure, check the underneath structures of your goals and where you're going. If there's any documents that you need to sign, an agreement that you need to sign, check the bottom line. Make sure that you're not skipping a step by signing your name, and that the terms are in alignment with your understanding and your goals. All right. And I want you guys to think about documenting the process that you've been holding only in your head. Get it down on paper, document it. Where I want you to watch your step. Don't push the throttle on ambition while the foundation has cracks. So that's this thing of like, you check the foundational structures that are underneath the work that you're doing. And also check for the urge to scale before the base is solid. So there's this what's coming next month for you, 8 pinners, is that the throttle's going to get hit on this project. And so you really want to make sure there isn't any small fissures or leaks, and that your go time isn't now in this last week of May, it's next month. So sit on yourself, check the little ticks and ties, make sure everything is tidied up so that you don't overrun your own infrastructure of what you've created. Your power move challenge that I've got for you, get in there and audit one of the systems this week that you think is tight. You think you've got it, go in and check it out. Or I also am going to challenge you to sign that agreement that you've just kind of been like sitting on. If you know that this is something that you do want to have be a part of your future movement in your life, sign the agreement, have the conversation, have the money conversations that you've been avoiding, get in there, hire somebody, delegate, systemize the bottleneck that's been costing you money. This is all about structure. This is all about commerce. This is all about business. All right, you guys? What's coming up in June is and the rocket ship takes off. Expansion. It's going to call you in new directions. So before you guys can get there, you need to do this. All right? Get ready to grow somewhere unexpected next month. Yeah. All right. 9 pinners. Oh, we have all the time in the world with you guys. Yay. That usually isn't how it happens. 9 pinners. All right. This is a energy of freedom. And the last week of this movement. What is it that I want you to lock and load? I want you to think about what is it that, like for 9, the 9-5 is a really interesting experience, because you have this entire year of analyzing the things that need to be let go and released and make space and make room. And that looks like relationships. That looks like ways of living, and how you move through the world, and who you move through the world with, and what it is that you're doing, right? So in May, for all the 9-pinners, this experience of the new people, new opportunities, new places, new experiences. Where is it that you need to make a decision to let something go and to say yes to something in this last week? Where is that spot? All right, so there's a thoughtfulness that is required here, because sometimes what we do is, when we've done too much release, or we've done a ton of release that has been asked to be released, we can fill that open space too quickly, just out of discomfort. More than anything, it's routine. And it's what we know. And so I want you guys, watch this urge to say yes to anything just to fill the void. But at the same time, if you have this thing that you really want to say yes to, and you really want to go for, and you really want to have that experience, this is my challenge to you, is to go for it. To not just put your toe in the water, but go have the experience. Say yes to that invitation. Take the day off with nothing scheduled. Do it on purpose. Do it on purpose if there is a purpose. So this is a counterbalance that happens with a 9 in a May energy. One part of you is saying, don't fence me in. I don't want to look at this anymore. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. And yet there is another part of you which wants there to be a stability point created, which is coming in June. You return to nurturing. You return to compassion and connection. This little wiggle spot right here, that doesn't involve family. It doesn't involve community. It doesn't involve the people that you know or the experiences that you know. What is this thing, this little pocket, if you guys have been holding back, that you want to say yes to? And this is, coupling the fact that you are mindfully aware and engaged in the process of the pieces and parts that have been asking you to let go, right? This is if you've created that space and you've got a vacuum there, what are you going to put in there? And just make sure that it is a conscious decision on your part to do that. And if you've got that in, then it's going to be fantastic. Then you'll feel good about it. And I promise you that the whole time that you move through a 9 personal year, or you've got a 9 frequency, the vacuum itself is the strangest experience. All the time, what we are bumping up against is that we really don't like it when we make a big sweeping decision, and then we're like, well, I don't know what to do with myself, because there's this mechanism of repetition that is playing over and over and over again, that we get used to, we fall into, and we get a little lazy around. So that's a thing to take note of as the 9 moves through its entire cycle of the year, you guys. All right. I want to let everybody know that's it. I'm sorry about the YouTube not streaming. And I will get that figured out for next week, I promise. Everyone, I want you to know that the remote healing is happening today at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time over at 12academy.com. If The link is also on my 12listen.com page. That's where you always can find me for a reading. I'm there every single day because I love my job and I love what I do. And I can, whatever you need help with, I absolutely can jump in and see if I can be of service to you, all right? The session tonight is a half-hour session. I am a remote healer. I have been doing this for a very long time. And come as you are. Come on in if you're dealing with physical issues, health issues, emotional or mental dysregulation. You guys come on in. And people as well bring their loved ones with them with their intention. And that to me is really powerful and beautiful. I literally have people sending me notes, sending me texts, communicating with me. Can you throw this person in, this couple, this, yeah. So it's quite a collective group that happens on Mondays, 5 to 5:30. And people are driving their cars, they're on trains, they're in airports, they're on their walks, or they're sitting in their homes in a chair or lying down. It's just the gamut of experience. So I don't take you light or deep into it. I just act as the conduit to receive all the information and bring breath to the compressed energy spots that you're struggling with, all right? So that is happening today at 5 p.m. Over at 12academy.com. And I think that is it for the show. I am so sorry about not going live stream on YouTube, you guys, but we'll figure it out. And next week, I will be talking about June, what is going on in the month of June itself. We'll just see how deep into the weeds I get it with numerology, all right? Big hugs, everyone. I will see you next week, and I hope wherever you are that you are loved and supported. You know that I am loving you and I am supporting you right here. Yes. I will talk to everyone soon. Bye.